And coming to the ring now out of the blue corner, Isaiah Riveros out of Gym Masters, making his K-Series debut here.
Relaxed and composed as he enters the ring. Another bout without shin guards as we continue on in the 205-pound weight division.
205, another thrilling division with the amount of power getting thrown in there. His coach, William Perlaza, here with him. He will be facing off against a man who is very familiar to the New York audience, Jonathan Yoshi Garcia, recently fighting on the Warriors Cup for a title. He had 2 title fights in a row versus Lavelle Wesley that were thrilling affairs. He is a very, very tough opponent to be in front of. Feels his hands are his strongest weapons. We've seen those in his fights. He just launches shots in there.
I think he'll succeed very well in the K1 rule set as opposed to the Muay Thai rule set because of that. When he looks to land those big, heavy shots, he can throw with as much power as he'd like to, not worrying about his balance, and also not having to worry about returning elbows as he steps into range.
And we're going to see here as Mike Falvo kicks it off.
Continuing on down the card for K-Series Kickboxing, we move on to our next contest, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds at 205 pounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my left, he is representing Mr. Perlaza, Isaiah Nahuel Riveros. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, representing Warrior Nation, Jonathan Yoshi Garcia. The man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Chris Romulo.
You know, we know Jonathan Garcia in his past has TKOs with his hands, TKOs with his kicks. He is truly a renaissance man of the ring, and Isaiah Riveros, I'm excited to see him come out and we're seeing him for the first time here. Oh, starts it out quick. Slick move by Riveros. Liam Tarrant and LG Pinnell joining you here at K-Series. In the 205-pound division, Jonathan Garcia in the red corner, Isaiah Riveros from the blue.
Riveros is very interesting. He has a bit of a karate stance. You see that his body is turned not towards his opponent, but in one direction or the other. He's throwing side kicks. He's throwing huge winging hooks that land with a lot of power.
Vicious hands.
I think that sort of a statement is important to make if you've never been in the ring before. Huge straight shot from Isaiah.
Wow, that left hand came right off the ropes, right into Jonathan Garcia's head.
He's letting Jonathan know, you've been in this ring before, but I'm claiming it right now.
That's right. He is here to make a point, and a point he is indeed making. Nice spin move by Riveros there. So unpredictable with his movements. And you mentioned that sideways stance.
Very karate style. He's throwing side kicks, spinning kicks. We're going to see that clinch get broken up.
And to catch a spinning kick from a 205-pound guy, that's a lot of power if that heel connects.
Absolutely. It's interesting to see someone stand completely on their side like that and not get their lead leg attacked with leg kicks. Typically when you see somebody turning their body like that, the first thing you want to do is attack that front leg because they're going to have a hard time blocking it with their shin if their foot is facing the opposite direction of where the kick will be coming from.
And you try to knock that base down and attack that open target.
Jonathan has yet to see that open target, but I'm sure he will as the fight goes on. Wow, beautiful head hook kick.
Looked like almost like an axe kick. Shout out to Andy Hug. The Andy Hug axe kick coming through. A little spinning back fist getting thrown there late by Riveros. Riveros, a very impressive first round. Wow.
Yeah, that was exciting.
He is dynamic, very explosive as he gets in there. I'm excited. I don't know what's going to come out of him next. It's exciting.
Being unpredictable like that is such an advantage. If you don't know what your opponent's going to throw next, it's hard to block it.
If you don't know what's coming next, they say it's the shot that you didn't see that can hurt you the most.
Absolutely.
And that unpredictability, that off rhythm, you might not be used to it. It might be something you haven't seen before, which, you know, in the K1 ring, You see more of it than you would in the Muay Thai ring, I've noticed, but you see some of that karate influence, that Taekwondo influence in somebody's past, and very, very impressive first round for Isaias Riveros out of Master Perlaza's and his coach, William Perlaza.
We're coming here into the second round. I'm excited to see how Isaias uses his legs in the second round.
Second of 3 scheduled 2-minute rounds here at the K-Series. Again goes for that rear hook of a kick.
Big hooks thrown by Isaias as well. Jonathan returns with a big body kick as he gets pushed into the corner by Isaias.
It'll be interesting to see if Garcia can kind of, this off rhythm and off timing, nice slick move by Garcia to get out there. If he can start applying his own plan here and start landing some power shots, because he is known for tremendous power. Uh-oh, looks like an inadvertent low blow there.
He seems to be hurt. Oh, I hate to see that.
Something you hate to see, only give him time to recover.
Perhaps it was a knee?
I didn't quite get to see it there. Yeah, it seems like Garcia used to, not quite used to somebody who bum rushes like this and has such dangerous spinning techniques, but that's got to be such a tough rhythm and timing to get used to. But if Garcia, let's see if he can adjust and apply his own game plan here.
Wesley, who's now the Warriors Cup title holder in the 205-pound weight division for Warriors Cup, faced Jonathan just in March, and we saw him use a very similar tactic of rushing in, throwing big bombs, and not stopping coming forward.
Referee Chris Romulo really having to do his work here on his feet. Get out of the way of these guys. Oh, that looked like a shoulder shot.
That's a Conor McGregor move right there.
Interesting.
Remember when he won that fight against Cowboy Cerrone using a shoulder strike?
Yeah, I didn't hear them cover that in the rules meeting, if that's legal or not. But yeah, he damaged Cerrone with that. I will say, Riveros is full of surprises here. Referee Chris Romulo deducting a point. I believe that is for the spinning back fist. You can see referee there explaining to him. No spinning back fists are allowed due to the possibility of catching somebody with an elbow. That was explained very clearly in the rules meeting. Spinning kicks allowed, spinning back fists, not so much. Ooh, nice head kick there by Riveros lands.
Riveros got to keep his hands up after those big kicks.
Oh, Garcia was doing a nice job going backwards and catching him with shots there.
Isaias as well as Garcia are pretty worked up here.
Yeah, you can see tension's getting high. Temper starting to flare here.
That might come from feeling as though he was the victim of an illegal shot.
This round will come to an end. I feel like this is the kind of fight that could end at any time. Riveros going for that spin maneuver again. Garcia doing a nice job of stopping it. But wow,
I think
Riveros
that head kick landed.
Yeah, that last one there did nicely. Garcia just starting to try to get some momentum. Looks like he landed a spinning back fist of his own. Riveros was complaining to the ref at the time.
Oh boy.
Oh, hold on. Referee Chris Romulo may be deducting a point here from Garcia, or he may be giving him a warning. This is one of those confusing situations where a round ends just as the referee is stepping into.
This is our third and final round.
In between rounds quite yet, despite the card being shown, the third round card being shown. They're now being allowed to go to their corners and receive direction from their coaches.
What seemed to happen there was we did see Jonathan Garcia land a spinning back fist of his own.
Yep.
Riveros stopped to say that to the ref. However, you got to protect yourself at all times. That's a dangerous thing to stop and try to explain to the referee mid-fight. Referee Chris Romulo did bring Garcia aside and give him a warning. Now, that wasn't the first spinning back fist. You might be wondering, why did Riveros get a point taken and not Garcia? In my opinion, it's because that wasn't the first time Riveros landed that spinning back fist.
I would completely agree, and I think we've got a lot of emotion in the ring right now, which might be why Riveros was speaking to the referee in the middle of the round rather than fighting. Here they...
Referee Chris Rock, this is going to be an emotion. You mentioned emotion coming up here. You were absolutely right. Wow. They are going for the fences with these shots now. That strange spinning hook kick by Riveros has been very tricky all fight. Garcia is going straight at him. Riveros just trying to swarm Garcia.
It's rare to see so much emotion at this point in the fight. Usually they've worked it out with their hands, but these boys are talking, making faces at one another and swinging for the fences. They both want a knockout.
Riveros with an excellent spinning shot there, but Garcia doing a great job evading out of the way. Referee Chris Romulo warning not to hit the back of that. Mouth guard is out. Referee will step in.
Picking it up.
Bro.
Oh, no. Picking it up with his toes.
Yeah, no.
He might have picked that trick up in the gym, but you don't want to see it in here.
No, come on, man.
Lots of germs.
Yeah, the referee brings it over to the corner, washes it out. That is a proper procedure, and the fight goes on. Ooh, nice teeth there off the ropes. Riveros very tricky, and a solid left hand lands on Garcia.
Momentum seems to be moving in his direction.
Riveros must know with that point taken, he may be down here.
Isaiah's throwing those spinning kicks from close range and far out, which is interesting.
Less than a minute remains, 45 seconds here. Yeah, every different range, Isaiah's really comfortable throwing them.
Obviously, the close range isn't going to land quite as much. That was a back spinning back fist once again. There's a possibility that Chris Romulo
this could be a DQ
will
situation.
Stop. Yeah, exactly. Will stop the fight.
Nope, he will take a point for it. There are 31 seconds remaining. If it happens again for Riveros, I could see referee Chris Romulo DQing this fight.
Absolutely.
And you know what? When you get a guy with kind of crazy spinning styles like that, you never know what to expect. Oh, nice low kick for Garcia. 20 seconds remain. Ooh.
This fight has told such a story with so much emotion going on, points being taken.
I'm really looking forward to hearing the scores for this fight. That'll be interesting. Ten seconds remain here. Garcia looks like he's trying to close the show. Riveros going to spin again. Oh, Riveros really slick with that, coming off the ropes and landing shots from it. He's been good with that. Oh!
Isaiah threw a shot after the bell, and Jonathan returns.
I believe they're going to DQ Riveros for that or take a point. That is going to be a disqualification for Riveros. You could see after the bell rang, there was a pause in action, and Riveros, they were paused. It was clearly over, and he went through that shot. As you said, a lot of emotion in this round. And Garcia, honestly, can't blame for hitting him back.
Yep.
Like, hey, like that was very uncalled for.
An eye for an eye in Jonathan's eyes. And it seems as though Isaiah was a victim of his own emotion in this fight, unfortunately.
Yeah, he seemed to have all the tools to be able to apply, but I mean, that was so uncalled for. You could feel the whole room reeling from it. And if we get a chance to see that, if we saw a replay of that, we'd really see you see it. It was obvious to everybody in the room, and you could see Gamma official JP Zuniga stepping up. Chris Romulo was already on the way over to indicate his decision, and New York representative JP Zuniga.
We've benefited a lot from seeing good sportsmanship tonight, but unfortunately this bout, that was not the case.
I don't think they should bring them to the middle of the ring together, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I'd be nervous too. I wouldn't want to stand between them anymore. But Chris Romulo is brave.
Chris Romulo's the most dangerous guys of those three right there. Are you kidding me? We go to Mike Falvo for the official announcement.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing action, we go to the scorecard. Your winner by way of referee disqualification, out of the red corner, Jonathan Yoshi Garcia.
Seems like tempers have cooled a bit. They're talking in the middle of the ring. Tempers have calmed down, but James Guccione, it seemed like they were starting to talk a little bit more, and James Guccione stepped in and was like,
Yeah, he put a stop to that right away. I don't think that he liked the sportsmanship that he saw in the ring tonight, and so he's being very cautious to make sure that it doesn't
boil over.
exactly or happen again.
And that was an unfortunate display that we saw there. An emotional fight, and you can see what can happen sometimes. But we do wish them both the best of luck moving forward as we are halfway through our card